I feel like some of you have been feeling so alone lately, and it's not a great feeling, and you've been swallowing it down and just carrying forward because you know you've got to go on. But it's like haunted by this alone feeling that keeps coming back. It's like it keeps bubbling to the surface. This is a collective reading, by the way. If this is for you, it will resonate strongly and you will know, okay? I know not everyone will be able to relate to this one. But what I'm picking up on is it's like you push all the doom and gloom down because it's like you're desperately wanting to push forward. It's a coping mechanism that you have gained in order to cope. But it's like every time this is coming up, it's like you're pushing it down, you're pushing it down, you're pushing it down. It's causing you more pain. And it's making you feel like within you is going to explode. All right? I don't know who this is resonating for right now, but whoever's energy I'm with, I just feel like it's haunting you. Your pain is haunting you. Right, so Spirit, what advice can we give them? Let it go. Let it go. Just finally surrender it. It's like part of you has been trying to hold on because that's all you've known how to do. You've had to really, really survive through a lot of things that were difficult. A lot of hard times. That you learnt to just, you had to swallow everything and push it away. And I feel that there's walls that's even been built around your heart for so long and not even you can feel how you truly feel. It's not only keeping the world out, it's keeping you out of your own heart. Somewhere along the line, it's caused you to lose yourself. I feel like some of you, whoever's energy I'm with, I feel like you barely feel like yourself anymore. It's almost like you don't know who you are. It's like you don't know who you are. Wow, you spoke straight to my core. Thank you for sending this my way. Literally started to tear up. You're welcome. A lot of my readings speak right to the core of you. So underneath the layers, underneath the surface, sometimes all you need to do is hear and you receive healing. It brings things up to be released on the spot as well a lot of the time. A lot of people tell me that they receive healing with their readings as well. It's just something that happens. If you feel to cry, let it out. Let it out. It's like, I feel like some of you, it's like the tears are waiting to fall. They just need to explode. You just need to cry. There is such a misconception when it comes to crying. We need to cry to heal. Even men, especially the men. Especially the men. You're taught that men don't cry, tough it out, or whatever. Men have feelings too. But whatever you've been holding within yourself, what Spirit is saying is it's time to let it go. You so desperately want to be free, and this is how it's going to happen. You need to take ownership of your emotions. You need to accept them. You need to stop shunning yourself. You need to stop invalidating your own feelings. You'd be quick to support other people around you, but for yourself, it's like you just give it the cold shoulder and like, oh, move on, move on, move on, come on. But you've done that enough. You've done that enough. You need to let some things fall apart sometimes within you. And I know it's not a good feeling, but we need to feel in order to heal. What Spirit is saying is let yourself have the biggest cry. Let it out and release it. And let it go. It needs to leave your body. I feel like whoever this is resonating for, I feel like you've got a lot to purge. You've got a lot to let go of because it's keeping you trapped. It's blocking you. And what Spirit is saying is there are special things that are waiting to come in your life. You have made shifts. I feel like you've made a lot of changes in your life. You're in this stage where you're putting a lot of wrongs right. You know you've been stuck in this pattern for far too long, but it's like this part of you couldn't shift, and it wouldn't go away. And no matter how many times you tried to swallow it down, you couldn't. You're not meant to fight your feelings. You're meant to feel them. You're meant to embrace them. And then once you have done, you've allowed yourself to feel, you let it go. Whether that's through crying or breathing it out. There are some meditative breathing exercises that you can do that breathe it out. What I like to do personally, and I'm always telling people about this because it's how I shift so much energy that's blocked within me, right? It's what I do is I close my eyes, I enter a space of stillness within myself, and I identify the feelings that I want to shift, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. And I feel them, I send my awareness to them. I feel what I've got to feel, and then I take a deep breath, and as I breathe out, I imagine that I'm breathing that energy out. That energy needs to exit your body. And I do feel that tears will fall for some of you. But let them. Because it's time for you to heal. And it's part of the divine plan that you heal in this moment. Because you are so needed for what you came here for. I feel like some of you felt like you had a deep sense of purpose when you was younger, but somewhere along the line life broke you and you got lost. And that purpose has not gone away. It's in the essence of who you are. Alright? I feel like there's a lot of emotions that are going to come up for you about, like, because you've got a lot of regrets. I feel a lot of you have a lot of regrets. And it could bring up this hatred for yourself. You need to know that you're not to blame. We all make mistakes, and that's part of learning. And even sometimes when we're desperately trying to hold something together and we feel like we failed about it, it was meant to come apart at that time. So surrendering to the flow of life. And if something comes up for you that's been haunting you, let it go. Hi, Pretty Knee. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so it's a bit hard for me to make out these usernames sometimes. This is the collective reading, so this one is for whoever it resonates for. I am doing paid readings in a minute. I am offering them for £20 on the live. They're very powerful readings. So if you would like a reading with me, if you're watching from TikTok, my link tree is in my profile. You can find my PayPal and Cash App on there. All right. And if you're watching from Facebook and you'd like a reading, the details are in the description. Okay. So I'm just going to finish this collective message, and then I'll be moving on to the paid readings. So if you want to go ahead and make payment, for those of you that do want a reading, feel free to send that over and I'll get to them in order. All right. This felt so important. I came in here just when I needed to hear this. Well, I'm really glad it reached you, my love. I'm really glad it reached you. You deserve to be free. Sometimes letting go is the hardest because we've had to hold on for so long. When you've been in survival mode for a long time, you forget how to let go, because you feel like if you let go of the wheel, if you let go of control, you're going to fail. You're going to crash and burn because you've had to fight to survive. But sometimes the very act of letting go is what sets you free, and it allows the higher power, whatever you choose to call it, God, the universe, unconditional love, there is an essence that flows through everything, and there's so many names for it. That's why I don't sit here saying God, even though that's what it is. But God is so beyond religion. God's in everything. You surrender it to whatever higher power that you believe in, to the universe, and you let go. And you allow the universe to take the wheel sometimes. Because I've noticed so many times in my life when I've been pushing for something and pushing for something, it didn't work. I found that all I needed to do was let go and surrender it. I've been down to a couple pennies in my bank account before I needed to buy food for my kids. I've learned not to stress that because the universe proved to me that every time I'd be provided for. It got to a point where I was like, I'm not going to stress. I'm going to surrender. And that's what I do now. That's what I do now. And I'm never let down. Sometimes you need to get out of your own way to make it. You need to get out of your own way to survive. And I'm not saying don't have ownership of your life. Don't work towards your goals. I'm not saying that. But sometimes you need to just step out of the way a little bit and allow the divine to take the wheel. Because sometimes when you're trying so hard for something that keeps falling apart, the divine's trying to lead you to something much better. It's like, hold on a minute, I've got a better plan for you. Please surrender. I feel like some of you need to hear this. That's how it's coming through. Please surrender and let me steer you where you're meant to be. Let me steer you to so much more. You're worth so much more. I feel like some of you, your manifestations, they're great and everything, but the divine's like, no, what is meant for you is better than what you've been manifesting. Like, why only manifest $100 or something when you can have so much more? Why manifest just this cozy little life when you can have more? You are meant for more. Somewhere along the line, you've forgotten your worth and what you truly deserve. So the divine wants you to surrender so you can be provided for. Open your heart to the divine. I know it's been a scary place to be within your heart because you carry a lot of pain there. But you're never going to heal when you close it all up and build wall after wall after wall in front of it. You're not going to heal from blocking the world out. You're not going to heal like that. And I know your heart's been broken, but you can heal. And if you're lost, that's what people like me are here for, to guide you. Right? But you know, you can even do it yourself. You can commit to yourself. You can choose to heal. Do whatever it takes. Whatever you feel guided to. Like, it's almost like when you're guided to something, it's like a feeling of feeling pushed in a direction. You don't understand why, but you know you've got to do it. You know you've got to do it. Right? But reach out. Like, you're not alone. You literally are not alone. You have a whole universe around you and within you. You are part of it. You are part of it. At one point in my life, I used to think that this was all there was. This was a time when I was in denial of my gifts because they scared me. But I lost all hope. I felt so alone, but even then, I felt whispers in my soul. Don't give up. Protect your heart. No matter what you go through, do not let it affect your heart. And I listened, and it's what guided me through. So even when I'd hit rock bottom, I was homeless with a 2-year-old son. I had nobody. I fled violence. My life had crashed and burned. I felt like I had nothing left, and I've always been a strong person. But even then, when I felt so alone, I was surrounded by the divine. The divine did not give up on me. There was times in my life where I gave up on myself, but the divine did not give up on me. And just like me, the divine is not giving up on you. You've got to not give up on yourself. And you've got, it's bringing tears to my eyes as well. You've got to not give up on yourself. That's how you set yourself free. And it's okay if you have given up on yourself. It's okay if you've given up on yourself in the past. You can find yourself all over again. And that is a beautiful experience. All right? You are so divine. You are such a beautiful soul. Turn around and see just how beautiful you actually are. Inside. Don't judge yourself from the outside. Please. That's not who you are. You are this soul in this vessel. And this beautiful body that you are in. And yes, it is beautiful. I don't care if people told you you was ugly. I don't care if you don't fit the norm of what the media portrays as to be beautiful. You are so beautiful. And you are so unique. And you are so divine. You are made perfect.